Is a huge crypto announcement on the horizon for XRP holders today? On top of that, Brad Garlinghouse has some major news, but not everyone is going to be happy about it. We will also cover a new development that could be advantageous to XRP. Give me a lovely smile so I can radiate those good feelings, hit that like button, and we can get down to business. All I ask is that you tell me the most recent and exciting XRP and crypto news. So, the current price of XRP is $2.86. Once again, I am experiencing problems with the network here. The reason behind this is that I am currently seated in the bomb shelter, which, as you may or may not be aware, is constructed using reinforced concrete. So, it seems like we should probably contact the provider because the Wi-Fi isn't working. But right now, after yesterday and that huge sell-off, which happened right when I started recording, this is where we stand. Thus, I'm crossing my fingers that another massive cascading liquidation sell-off doesn't happen today. Many, however, are quietly waiting for Trump to confirm or deny speculations that he would soon deliver some enormous announcement. In a moment, I will address that. Still, I can't predict the market's daily movements, therefore I'll never advise you to buy, sell, or hold. Definitely not financial guidance. Before putting your money into anything, you should always perform your own research. Just so you know, I will never, ever ask you to sign up for anything or send me money through social media. TikTok is not my thing. Instagram is not my thing. This is not my Facebook page. Scammers, that is what they all are. If you see me on any platform other than YouTube, kindly let me know so I may be reported, not Snapchat. Messages to individuals on Telegram are not being sent by me. Everybody, just watch where they step, all right? That is really intriguing. If you're an XRP holder in the United States or the United Kingdom, you're in luck. A new liquid staking token called XLR allows you to earn a dividend of up to 8%. We have learned the hard way that something must transpire in order to generate yield. So proceed with caution around anything that is already producing it. As we witnessed with FTX, that can be a problem at times. Keep in mind that staking is a highly viable alternative for yield in the cryptocurrency market, but that there is always the chance that things will go wrong. Once again, the opportunity is there for you to pursue if that's something you're interested in. Not financial advice again. Feel free to stake if that's what you like. It would also be acceptable if you didn't. Brad Garlinghouse recently tied the knot. I want to congratulate Brad. There will be some who are pleased by this. There will be some people who are disappointed because they may have wanted to tie the knot with Brad. I am uncertain. His recent marriage to Tara, he adds, takes the cake, among the many reasons he feels fortunate. Sharing this journey with you makes it that much more delightful. There hasn't been much tweet activity from Brad recently, if you noticed. He went on CNBC before. He was likely preparing for his wedding, which is why. Anyone who has been married knows how much work goes into planning the big day and then cleaning up after the reception. I suppose that if you're a billionaire, you pay the wedding planner. However, before the wedding, particularly a lavish one like this one, they definitely hired one. A billionaire, in my opinion. It will be fascinating to watch whether he decides to get back on the horse, even though he should. Perhaps he takes a little break before ripples swell in November, so he may recharge with a honeymoon before getting back to work. Correct? Paul Atkins, Chief Executive Officer and head of the SEC, will be at the Marriott this morning. He will have to explain it to me because I have no idea if it's a show or not. Is there anything he might say that could shock investors? It will be fascinating to watch whether the head of the SEC makes any announcements about cryptocurrency or other financial matters. Therefore, today we will observe the impact on the markets. Additionally, there are a lot of rumors circulating. This has been trending on Twitter from various accounts, and Gordon has just spoken with someone at the White House, according to what he says here. He warned that our sector is in for a life-altering news later today about cryptocurrency, so buckle up. At this point, it is no secret that President Trump will address the United Nations. In my opinion, he has no intention of announcing crypto in front of the United Nations Assembly. Mysteriously, that is. However, it is possible that some crypto news may be made later today. Perhaps it's unique to Bitcoin. Perhaps it has something to do with crypto. However, Dennis is one of the sources surrounding this. From Mike, the source according to Dennis, the source. Thus, we must use caution in this matter. Maybe it's just a giant burger with no filling. Perhaps nothing is going to transpire. Massive XRP news is on the horizon this week. As Paul Barron tweeted, according to Johnny Crypto, this is the second reliable source that has informed me about impending major XRP news. Once again, we will be overjoyed if it arrives. If it doesn't arrive, that's fine. This time around, the crypto market is at rock bottom. There was a sell-off yesterday, therefore that's not true. I'd say it's in the neutral to negative zone right now. Getting up here hasn't been exactly a picnic. Therefore, it poses an issue. My youngest son is sobbing outside the room, so I can't show you right now. His rage is so bad that you can hear him sobbing if I unlock the bomb shelter door. If we do, in fact, receive the major news, we will discuss it later tonight, and we'll probably figure out what to do next. At $2.86, we're back below the $3 mark, which is a level where, naturally, XRP holders would prefer that XRP be higher than $3. On the other hand, whenever it drops below $3 and then rises again, everyone wonders why they missed out. Once again, it's up to you to determine whether $3 is a level. No, I'll wait for it to go back to 50 cents, some people may say. Who knows, maybe it does. Perhaps it isn't. I read in the comments that if you're attempting to increase your position and have a strategy, a plan, and dollar cost averaging, then these dips won't matter. This is not something I'm concocting on the fly. Oh, I like it. I noticed that many of you said that in the comments. With each dip, opportunity knocks. When it falls like that, some people get really scared. But, as I mentioned before, if you are someone who plans to hold XRP for the long haul, like myself, then I don't really care if XRP is $2.86, $3.10, or $3.15 in the short term, as far as my portfolio is concerned, due to these fluctuations. On my overall portfolio, it is possible that the figures will be moving up slightly. Although these fluctuations can be frustrating for those who do not engage in leverage trading or swing trading, they are insignificant compared to the delight we derive from seeing our portfolio values grow steadily over time. To be sure, it's far more pleasant and satisfying to see the numbers going up than down. This is because, for example, our minds tend to interpret a decrease in the amount of money in our bank account as a negative development. A negative thing isn't necessarily the case when investing. Obviously, it's context dependent. However, your portfolio is not always going to be in an ideal state all the time. Downturns are inevitable. This is something I've realized time and time again over the last 15 years. Life is full of ups and downs, peaks and valleys, and eventually, your portfolio will reach new heights. And when it reaches a new peak, it's usually time to brace yourself for a decline. Obviously, that is what transpired throughout the months of March and April. And I was having fun with that because, there were a lot of opportunities to seize. That being the case, this is my reality. A terrible month or a shaky month is par for the course. It's just part of the game. We must keep in mind that this is the current scenario. A speech like this is necessary from time to time. Talking to you and bringing these things up again is like my therapy, isn't it? I'm not the only one who keeps harping on the fact that this is a market component. It's also a form of self-therapy for me. Does the term therapizing exist? I find that talking about my feelings or engaging in self-therapy helps me as well. I am grateful for your assistance. What happens today is going to be fascinating to watch. Is the White House making a statement? There has been no statement. By the way, I'm going to visit a buddy if there's been an announcement and you're viewing this later in the day, as I record it rather early. Please inform us of the outcome in the box designated for comments. Are we already here before you can even dream of a juicy, delicious burger made just the way you like it? Either that, or a dry, flavorless burger without any condiments, you can put that in the comments area. For someone who didn't even bother to watch the pilot, that would be completely alien. People are mentioning burgers on this channel, and I don't see why. You should definitely do that. Take a look at the descriptions below for the links. Find out what piques your curiosity. There are affiliate connections among them. Our Patreon is available. Here at Moneymaker, we even have a store. Take a look at that. As I mentioned before, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you find it interesting. Also, I really appreciate it. Also, hitting the like button is the simplest option. It would be great if this video could reach 2,000 likes. You are capable, and I know it. For tuning in, I am grateful. Perhaps we will cross paths again soon. Also, let's do what I always do and make a ton of money. The transcription was performed by turboscribe.ai. Remove this message by subscribing to Unlimited.